Good, wow. Good evening, everyone. Councilmember Fia Emirates from Ward 3. Mayor Casañas is running a little late this evening, and so I'll be standing in as Mayor Pro Tem until she arrives. It is October 15th. It is 7:03 p.m., and I would like to go ahead and call this meeting to order for our town council meeting. First, I'll begin with a roll call. So Ward 1,
Testing, can you hear me?
Ward 2, Ward 3, Fia Emirates present.
Fanny
And
Roque.
Ward 4.
Fanny Roque.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Excellent. With that, I'd like to invite Councilmember Pages to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much for that. Yes, TJ, we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, next, I'd like to discuss approval of the agenda for the town meeting tonight. We have a presentation from Senator Augustine's office. And I did just want to clarify, Town Administrator, that we do not have your presentation for Let's Drive Safer. Perfect. Then yes, we'll have a presentation from the office of Senator Augustine. For the consent agenda, we will not have any approval of meeting minutes. We will have department operation reports from the town administrator and public works, from treasurer's report for September 2024, and from public safety and code compliance. We'll then have mayor's report, council member reports, resident comments, and then in action, we'll have no unfinished business. And for new business, we have acceptance of the block grant, an update on police care, a budget adjustment and transfer, and a November 5th, 2024 work session meeting date change before we adjourn. So with that, I would like to request a council member to make a motion to approve of the agenda.
I do have one question. Are we going to do the Let's Drive Safer?
No, the town administrator has said that that presentation will not take place this evening, so it will only be what's presented in the printed agenda we received here at the meeting.
I move to approve the agenda.
Fanny Roque. Fanny Roque.
Second.
Second motion.
Perfect. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Perfect. With that, we'll move on to our presentations. So we have a presentation from the office of Senator Augustine. Sure, okay. The presenter for the office of Senator Augustine is not currently available, so we'll revisit this item. We'll move on to the next agenda item, number 6, which is for the consent agenda. And so for this item, I believe I'd first like to request if any council members want to pull items from the consent agenda for discussion. Council members? Is there anything on the consent agenda that you would like to pull for discussion? Any of the operation reports that are provided in the consent agenda? No? Okay. Councilmember Jenkins, do you have any items that you'd like to pull for discussion?
No, thank you for asking.
Perfect. Then with that, I'd like to request a council member to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Allison Pages, Ward 2.
Fanny Roque. Second motion.
Excellent. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Excellent. With that, the consent agenda is approved. The next item we have then is for the mayor's report. For this item, understood. Okay. With that in mind, I believe that we do not have the report available to present in terms of the slide deck presentation, but I would like to ask if the council members are prepared to make any of their reports and concerns. So I would first invite Councilmember Jenkins for Ward 1. Do you have any reports or concerns you would like to share for this evening?
Yes, 1 second. All right. Okay. I first want to thank the residents of Ward 1 for electing me as your council representative. I take great pride in serving you. I just wanted to say immediately following this meeting, I will resign from this honorable position. Although I will no longer be an elected official, I will continue to serve our community through volunteerism and other not-for-profit work. Again, thank you for the honor of serving you. And this will be my last act as an elected official for Colmar Manor. Nothing follows.
Thank you very much for sharing with us, Councilmember Jenkins. Very sorry to see you go. Ward 2, Councilmember Pages.
Yes, first of all, I'd like to highlight Douglas Bowles. Douglas Wayne Bowles just graduated from the Academy of Excellence in Local Governance on September 22nd, 2024. Congratulations, Doug. He let me know that it took him 4 MML conferences, which I think translates to 4 years in order to get his diploma. So congratulations, and he did a great job. Also, I'd like to mention our Honorable Mayor Monica also graduated from the Academy for Excellence in Local Governance on September 22nd. Congratulations, Monica. I believe she took 4 years too, correct? To complete everything. Oh, well. And then the update for Ward 2. I need help reaching out to residents to get their feedback on issues that arise. The only way I came up with getting in touch with everyone to find out your feedback are petitions and surveys. Now, at the last working meeting, we had a Cat's Life Rescue. They gave a presentation at our last meeting, so I hope that this presentation will be on our YouTube channel. If so, I encourage all of you to watch it. I believe our town has a cat population problem. For example, when I was at the American Legion a week ago, I saw a very pregnant cat with a flea collar. I asked about it and was told that someone dumped her there. The next day, I emailed a Cat's Life Rescue. 4 days later, they let me know that the cat was trapped and TNR'd, means trapped, neutered, and returned. That was amazing, and I only needed to donate $65. If any of you are pet owners, you know that $65 is more than cheap for those procedures. Yesterday, I saw another pregnant feral cat. So a Cat's Life Rescue is a nonprofit organization and can help us solve the feral cat population. It provides 4 major services: adoption services, medical care, community education on feral and house cats, with an emphasis on therapeutic support for people with special needs. And they trap, neuter, and return feral cats. By the way, as a sideline, I'd like to just add something. I did have a resident suggest that we kill the cats. Well, that is illegal. The only way to control the population is to neuter, trap, neuter, and return. All right, so at our last council meeting, we took a vote to make a yearly donation, which would be less than $14 a day, to TNR over 100 cats. And anyways, the yearly donation to this amazing organization, as you can tell, I am biased. I love this organization, but the vote did not pass. So I would please like you to reach out to me. And my phone number is on my report. My report is on the Colmar Manor website if you forget it. But my phone number is 301-461-9122. 22. And then I have my email at apages@colmarmanor.org, also on the website. So please let me know if you agree with me to donate to Cats Life Rescue, to TNR Feral Cats in our town, or if you do not agree with me. I would like to take this survey, or I can go door to door and do a petition. Either way, I'd like to have some feedback so that I know whether I'm pushing for something that people want or they do not want it. I don't know. So please, I beg of you, reach out to me, shoot me an email, a text, call me, let me know how you feel about that. I appreciate that, and I'm sorry for taking up so much time. Now on to Ward 3.
Not a problem at all. Thank you very much, Councilmember Pages. Next for Ward 3, I'll provide some updates. So first, I wanted to just mention a couple of recent activities that have taken place since our last meeting. So over the past month, a couple of things going on. First is there was a Green Team neighborhood cleanup. This happened a couple weekends ago. It was a Saturday morning. It was nice and easy, just a couple hours working with a couple other residents in town, walking the streets, picking up trash, just helping to keep this space beautiful, comfortable, clean, and safe for all of our residents. It's really fantastic to see the Green Team continue to do this work and to be available and to make an impact on our community. I would love to see more residents come out and participate in these activities. So hopefully I'll catch you at the next one. Next is we also celebrated Colmar Manor Day. It was our 97th anniversary. The town was incorporated 97 years ago. We are also approaching quickly that centennial anniversary in 2027. We will be celebrating 100 years as a town. I'm very excited and looking forward to it. It was a wonderful event. We had a lot of families come out, young and old residents taking part. We had a number of different vendors there. We had some fantastic food options available. And so it's just a good time to come out and see the community. I also wanted to mention, and particularly if you live in Ward 3, you may have seen this, but there has been construction going on at Robert Yost Park at the corner of Lawrence and 42nd Avenue. Currently, Kaboom, the organization, is working to overhaul the playground there. There's a lot of new exciting equipment going in. I've been seeing the progress day by day. There are a lot of things that are already stood up and they're still hard at work. The area is fenced off. It's still a construction site, so there's a lot going on with it. But I'm very excited to see that coming together. And I hope once the construction is complete, that residents will take advantage of the new space, that families will bring out their children and use those recreational sites that are available. The last item I have for recent activity is a more somber one. During this past month, we observed a year and more now that's been going on of the resistance and suffering taking place in Palestine. This is the most recent and darkest chapter in a long, long period of suffering for the Palestinian people that continues to be funded and facilitated by the US government. It is a harrowing time to live in, and it is unfortunate to see so many of our political leaders and representatives within Congress support the heinous activities that are taking place. And I really urge and encourage everyone to find ways that they can advocate for the safety and well-being of people everywhere, abroad, and here in the United States. We have millions of people who are suffering from the recent hurricanes and devastating natural events that are in need of support and assistance. And it's hard sometimes to see where the money goes and where the priorities lie and where they do not. And so I would just like to really encourage anyone to find ways that they can support the people around them and the people that are in need and the people that are suffering. And so that was a moment of recognition, and it was nice to be, well, not nice, but it was helpful to be out in the streets with so many like-minded people, and I hope to continue to see more and more people advocate for the safety and well-being of people in Palestine and elsewhere. For some upcoming events, I have mentioned before, but I organized an LGBTQ plus community group. This is a group centered around creating a safe space for gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, queer, intersex, asexual, and all folks of non-gender conforming identities here within the town and in our surrounding areas to be able to have a place to come out, to engage with others in the community, and to feel their voices are heard. We do have a couple upcoming meetings and events that will be taking place. I'm working with the town to get this information posted, but I also just wanted to share here, and it will be available in the recording of this meeting. This upcoming Sunday, October 20th, at 6 p.m. We will be having a movie night here in Town Hall. We'll be showing a movie called But I'm a Cheerleader. I can get into sharing more information, but for now, I'll just say that is a queer-focused film. We'll have some discussion around it, and from there, just look to continue to find ways that we can create events that open up opportunities for discourse and discussion for residents. In November, on Thursday, November 14th, that's the second Thursday, the sort of typical meeting time for the group. We'll be meeting at 6:30 p.m. For that, we'll be having a button making exercise. We'll be creating some pronoun pin buttons. It should be a fun time. We'll have some conversation going on around it as well, but it should be a little more active and engaging than just sitting around in a circle. And then at the end of the year and Sunday, or in December, on Sunday, December 8th at 6 p.m., we'll be holding again an event. All of them are here at Town Hall. It will be a potluck holiday dinner. So I'll be bringing a couple of dishes, and anyone else who'd like to attend, I encourage you just to try and bring a dish with you as well. Just again, for a little bit of merriment and community making. Last thing I wanted to cover is just some legislative priorities that I'm looking to focus on and work towards, both for my own interests and those that have been raised to me by other residents. So I am looking to see what legislation we can put in place to help with unsheltered animals in our community. We have succeeded in getting past the brutal heat of the summer, but we are quickly approaching the intense cold of winter. And while we need to care for ourselves and our human residents, we also do have to care for the animals in our community and make sure that they are well cared for. Although many of them have built-in fur coats, they do still get very cold, particularly at night. And so just want to make sure that we're doing what we can to keep them safe and secure. I'm also looking to put some legislation in place regarding lighting, both in residential and commercial properties, just to try and help reduce light pollution while ensuring that the community is safe, well lit, and secure. And then, of course, continuing to work on improving traffic safety and speeding reduction in town. We've been conducting some work trying to implement some new cameras. We're discussing putting in some additional speed bumps on some of the roads. So just trying to continue to make headway and create more infrastructure that promotes a safe and supportive community. And very last thing related to the community group I've been creating, I'm looking to implement some inclusive town policies and protections for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community to make sure that all of those folks feel safe and welcome, that we have non-discrimination policies in place, and that we continue to offer resources for all of our towns, however they may identify. I know that was a lot. I apologize for talking so much, but I'd like to now invite our Ward 4 council member to provide their reports and concerns.
Okay, so my activities since the last meeting, we have the green team cleanup too. I was there and I took a picture, but I forgot to send it to Monica. Yeah, we have a couple of young kids helping us, so it was really fun. That's one. I also participate in a Colmar Manor community camping. That was really, really nice. I really enjoyed it. That was my first time. I was not cold, but when I wake up the next day, it was very strong headache, but I really enjoyed it. It was really, really great. I went to the Anacostia Watershed Society and Trust Sorters event. I don't know, have you seen it? Have you heard that? Yeah, well, I had an email from Chris. It was really nice to go in there and see how they go through the trash and, separate everything. And it was for a good cause. They want to pass this bill, and I think it's really great because there's so much trash in the river. I mean, a lot, and we need to find a way how to stop that, how to stop it, because it's a beautiful river. We cannot do anything about it. We don't go there. We cannot get in the water or anything because it's so nasty. Also, Let me see. I think I have a few more things, but I think that's what I put in the activity. So I also want to let people know I normally walk on almost every day around 6:30 or 7 o'clock. I walk around my work, and I realized and I saw that there was a lot of car left open, wide open, the door wide open, the windows down. Yes. So I want to get people attention to make sure to go back and check your car. Make sure to lock all the door and make sure the windows are up, because I was surprised how many cars was left open through the night, because you can tell that it was through the night, the window, all the most and everything, and the car wide open. That's one of the things. Also, I still getting complaint about people parking. The people who comes and play at the basketball court, they still leaving trash around and everything. It's a mess when they park when they park around, they don't leave us enough space for the other car who coming through. That's one of the things. People parking on the grass, on top of the grass. Yeah. And one of the residents for my work, she was telling me there's trash again in one of the house. A lot of trash in the front yard, on the porch, and it's just a mess. Which I did. I went through and I looked at it, and it's in it back again. The trash is back on the porch and all that. And there's one constituent who always park the car right beside the fire hydrants. I took a picture of that too. I didn't send it to Monica because I don't wanna start something, but yeah. This is not the first time. They keep doing it, even though there's plenty of space, but they keep parking right by the fire hydrants. And that's illegal. So that's all I have.
Thank you very much, Councilmember. Okay, that was a question I had because I've seen some residents in town as well park near hydrants, and I know that the stipulations around that can kind of vary between municipalities and states and things like that. I did just want to check, do we have code in place, Chief, that sort of dictates the proximity that an individual can park next to a hydrant?
Yes, from the old code, it was 5 feet from the fire hydrant, but that is in conflict with state law, which is 15 feet. I believe in the updated code that has been revised, but we'd have to paint, which means 15 feet from a fire hydrant means a 30-foot space. So it's a pretty big space that we have to block off, and which will take out another space or two from the parking. But to answer your question, yes.
I'm sorry. One question. So what can we do in this case? Because this is that was barely 2 feet.
After the
Like
meeting,
it was the fire hydrant right here and the car was right here.
after the meeting, if you share the location with me, I'll make
Sure.
sure that we
Okay.
special attention to it.
Okay.
And just something as a question, I guess, can we pass an ordinance that is less stringent than state law?
My understanding is no, we can be more stringent, make it
Right, 20 feet or 30 feet.
20, right, exactly, but not lesser than the 15.
Okay, thank you.
And as well, Chief, just want to confirm, would that be something, if a resident sees it, is that something for them to contact code enforcement about?
Direct to here would be the non-emergency number of the Prince George's County. If we are on, one of the Colmar Manor officers on, they'll dispatch us. If we're not and they're relying on the county, I don't know how much response there'll be, but we can, if there is a problem area, we'll certainly keep an eye on it and enforce it.
Understood. Thank you very much. With that, our mayor has joined us. Mayor, do you want to provide your report for the evening?
Yeah.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Pardon my tardiness tonight. The county executive and Prince George's County was hosting a Hispanic Heritage Celebration, and they invited me, and I told them I would be there, but not for very long, so that's why I'm late. But thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem, for starting the meeting off for us. I'll go ahead, and I've shared my normal slide deck on the screen. Let me just go back to, oops. Um, because I was late, I didn't get to hear everything because I was speeding here. Well, no, sorry, I was driving safely at a fast pace here. But I think I was just told that Council Member TJ is deciding to step down. Is that correct, Council Member?
That is correct.
Oh. I'm really sorry to hear that. Is everything okay? Is there anything that we can do to support you?
No, thanks for asking. As you can maybe hear, I'm watching my kiddo and other professional things going on. So it's just the best time for me to offer this time in a more productive way. And so I will continue to volunteer and work through nonprofit organizations to support the community at large. But at this particular moment, what I think is probably in the best interest of the town and my family is for me to prioritize the immediate need, which is, making sure my family is okay.
So I just wanted to say thank you so much for stepping up to the plate. Um, and thank you for everything that you've done thus far and everything that you will continue to do. I was very happy to welcome you and your wife and your baby to our community. And just thank you. I'm sad, but I also understand. So if there's any support that anyone here can give you, just let us know. And hopefully we'll see you back here again. But thank you for your service. Thank you to your family, your beautiful wife, your beautiful baby girl. And we're still neighbors. You live a couple houses down from me. So just thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so in regards to the mayor's report, some of the meetings that I've recently attended, I was very, very lucky to meet the dean of the culinary program at Prince George's Community College a couple months ago. And we were finally able to meet. And I'm super excited about possibly partnering with Prince George's Community College to have them come here. They have talked about possibly hosting a satellite class in regards to hospitality and management, but also events management. They did something a couple years ago here, and they kind of feel like this is a full circle moment, and they're very interested in working with us as soon as the winter session or the winter semester. So I'm super excited to see where this goes. So that's something that's coming up soon. I was very lucky to meet with with the Prince George's County State's Attorney, Aisha Braveboy. She's been a wonderful ally. She's very interested in learning more about what our needs as a community are, but they've also decided to use our space for a Family Justice Center monthly meeting that they have here. And it's just been a pleasure to have her here and to have the kids here. And so I'm just very grateful to them for thinking of Colmar Manor and using our space. I met with a group called SEED, SEED. They do a lot of work in regards to home ownership, how to become a homeowner. They do a lot around financial literacy. And funny enough, they also do a lot in regards to economic development. So they've actually built properties and housing. I told them about the car wash lot, and they are interested to see how they can partner with the town in regards to the car wash lot. They have developed affordable housing in different communities. I always throw out there what our situation is in regards to the car wash. And I encourage everyone else to do the same because you never know who you're going to meet and what access they have to different programs. This group is very interested in working with us. So we're going to see where that goes. I also met with Somo's group. They are a group that also works as an intermediary between property landowners and communities. I met them at a conference in Houston, and they are interested in working with us as well to see how they can help develop the car wash lot. And so they will be meeting with the council in November to kind of both Seed and Somos will both be meeting with the council to kind of throw out some ideas. I have a third realtor that I met that I will be inviting to come and also talk with us. And I think we really need to get moving on developing and going back to the drawing board with the property owners of the car wash piece of land to see what we can do that'll benefit both the property owner and the town. So that's upcoming. In regards to initiatives and projects, we're still ongoing with our legislative priorities. We met with our lobbyists today, as a matter of fact. I realize that we need to share our town work schedule. So you'll be seeing that in an upcoming newsletter. I'm not sure if it's online on our website, but it will be. And then just the Yost Park, I'm really excited about what that's looking like. And it's going to be amazing. I mean, they've already started installing the equipment and it looks really cool. So I'm just grateful for that. Upcoming events for October, today is the last day of Hispanic Heritage Month, but October is also Filipino Heritage Month. So I am super excited for the celebration that former council member, Mayor Pro Tem Melinda Mendoza is going to be hosting at the town hall on the 25th of October. So make sure to follow us online, but keep an eye out for the flyer for that. We're going to be celebrating Halloween. So we'll have the spectacular at Newton Street Park, and we'll have our Halloween parade. And then on Halloween itself, you can join me to go trick-or-treating in town. In November, we are teaming up with the CAF group, which in Spanish, the name is Centro de Apoyo Familiar. In English, it's the Center for Family Support. They've done financial literacy workshops with us before. This was brought to us by former council member Keith Brooks. And so we've kept the lines of communication open with them. And so they're coming back to do a financial literacy workshop again. We will be having a cultural night similar to what we had last year, where we invited different cultures from around the world to come here and have a table and provide either some tasty snacks, a poster describing where they're from. They can dress up in their traditional countries wear, and they can bring music. And last year it was a lot of fun. Our neighbor Janelle, she is from Trinidad and Tobago. I think maybe that's all I need to say. But we had a blast. And then we're just preparing for Thanksgiving. If you know of any neighbors or families that are in need of food, or you think might be in need of a turkey or chicken, please contact the town hall and let us know, because we're going to be compiling a list of the families in need that we can gift with some food.
Excuse me, Mayor Monica, could you please tell everyone the dates and times for the 2 Halloween events that we have, so everybody knows to come?
Yes, I don't have it in front of me. I don't have the flyer in front of me, but we'll make sure to send it out. And do you know the times?
Yeah, we're meeting at the American Legion parking lot at 5 o'clock on the 26th, Saturday, to parade through the town, and then meet up at Newton Street Park. So roughly about 5:30 or so until 8 o'clock on the 26th will be the big Halloween celebration. And then you can meet the mayor at 5:30 at Town Hall on the 31st if you want to go trick-or-treating with the mayor.
The mayor, everybody, remember that. You're a chance to trick or treat with Mayor Monica.
And so here are some photos for the past month. Maryland Municipal League board was invited to the White House to get a briefing on infrastructure, water, and I think it was economic development as well. And that's always a great opportunity to hear from the experts about what's going on and how money can come to our town to support our different needs and initiatives. So that was a nice event to attend. We hosted, thank you to Ilhan in our front office. She coordinated CPR for the youth, but any town member was welcome to come and get some hands-on. It's just a hand training for CPR. It wasn't very intense, but any information is better than no information. And so we had the youth town council come, and a lot of the kids that come and play basketball in the gym get some hands-on training along with their parents. So it was a really fun thing to do with everyone. Then we went and we saw a Nationals game, and that's against the Phillies. And thank you, Chief, and thank you, Eduardo, from our rec committee and everyone, and our town administrator for helping to coordinate this. We had a lot of fun. It was a great game. And for me, one of the things that stood out, if you take a look at the picture, one of the residents, while we were in the elevator, turned around to us and said, I've been a Nats fan for a very long time, and I've always wanted to take my son to a baseball game, and I've never been able to. And that hit me very deeply in my heart because we take some of these things for granted, but for some other people, they are a very big deal. And the fact that we're able to do that and come together as a community just means a lot. So thank you for the tickets. Thank you for doing that. I had a blast. It was an awesome game. Then we hosted a resource fair, and thank you again to Ilhan. There is a nonprofit that is located in Cheverly. They're called the Brothers and Sisters Inc. It's a Black nonprofit, and they partnered with us to give out coats, and they brought some food and some tasty snacks. And then we invited other local community groups to come and give information to the town residents. We had a ton of people here. So I think it was a success. So thank you to everyone who helped coordinate that. We then hosted a camping trip at Newton Street Park. And this was also a lot of fun. I want to give a huge thank you to Defensores de la Cuenca, who are a local nonprofit that aims to reconnect immigrant communities with nature to make them stewards of the watershed and the parks and the green land around us. And we also asked the Mount Rainier Nature Center to lead us on a nature walk at night. We had a lot of fun. We set up our tents. We went on this nature walk where we looked at fungi and we looked at insects. We used a UV light to take a look at all of these things, and we saw bats. It was really, really cool. And this was just in Newton Street Park. You didn't have to travel hundreds of miles away to do this. You could camp, observe nature, appreciate nature, and be with the community here in Colmar Manor. And this is why I love it here. We had a bonfire, and then we watched a movie. We went to sleep, and we woke up the next morning and had breakfast. And all of this was free. Defensores de la Cuenca brought tents because we know that some people don't have tents, and they learned about camping. And again, I had another family come up to me who said, I've been camping, but my daughter's never been camping. She was very afraid. And so starting her off at camping here was perfect. And now she's looking forward to going to Shenandoah to camp. This was a Black family. So again, this is something that's super important, just to reconnect with nature and to be a part of the community. I really love that. And even camping can sometimes get pricey and expensive. And it is something that you can do if you have privilege. And so to make this accessible for everyone, I think is amazing. So thank you to everyone who attended. We had a blast. The commissioner for Cottage City, one of the commissioners came and camped out with us. He is super excited and he's saying that we need to do this every year and we need to do it next year in Cottage City and maybe the year after that in Edmonston and the year after that in Bladensburg, which I think is an awesome idea. Although I think Colmar Manor is the best. We as a town, we were invited to an appreciation breakfast, and we were tasked as mayors to bring one of our town residents. And so I had the privilege to invite Mr. Thomas to come with me. And Mr. Thomas is a resident that is very involved and he comes to our meetings a lot. And I just love spending time with him and having him come and see what these crazy mayors are up to in Prince George's County. But more importantly, he got to meet the county executive and he got to meet Jolene Ivy. And we were able to have a nice breakfast. And I got to show off the pride of Colmar Manor. So thank you very much, Mr. Thomas. And then this past, when was it? Yesterday? The governor hosted a Hispanic Heritage celebration, and I was invited to go. And again, it was just an amazing event. I did not know that Governor Moore's grandmother was born in Cuba, and then they immigrated to Jamaica, where she was raised, and then she came to the U.S., and that's how the Moors became established in the United States. So he too has immigrant roots, and I'm just so proud of our Afro-Latinos, of the Latinos in our community, and I'm honored to be able to celebrate that and show off Colmar Manor and the beautiful, diverse town that we are. I want to say thank you to Amelia from our rec committee. She always takes my crazy ideas and helps them come to life. So we are having a little raffle where we've taken these paint containers that are clear and we've filled them up with candy corn along with a skeleton and some bones and some spiders, and we place them at different businesses. So one of the businesses is DC Brow, which is down the street. We put it at Streetcar Brewing Co., and we put one at Mixed Food Hall. And you can take a guess to see how many pieces of candy corn are in the container. $1 a guess, $5 for 8 guesses. The winner wins a $50 gift card. So I just want to thank all those businesses for supporting Colmar Manor. And that is pretty much it for mayor report. I just want to again say thank you to our council. I think you guys are so dedicated and you're so passionate about different things. It really shows through. I just want to thank you for your commitment. In this short amount of time, you've done a lot. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. And I just look forward to seeing what else we can do. So thank you. Now we'd like to go ahead and open it up to resident comments. So if you are here or if you are online, please step forward or just raise your hand. Okay. If there are no comments, please feel free to email us. Please feel free to call. Reach out to any of your council members, including myself. Reach out to our town administrator or to Chief Stone. As Councilmember Fanny had mentioned, if you see anything happening, call the non-emergency line or call the town hall. If it's a non-emergency, call the non-emergency line or call town hall. If it's an emergency, call the police. Recently, someone let us know about some dogs that were trapped inside of a car overnight. So I just want people to feel comfortable to reach out to any one of us here. It's anonymous. We don't share who called or who tipped us off. But thank you for keeping watch on the community, especially with something like that that could have turned very ugly.
Maureen,
Um,
can I say something? Yeah, I saw the truck. I saw the dog inside the truck, but I saw two girls with them. So I thought they were related to the person who, who that truck belonged to. And I didn't say anything, but I was so surprised that the dog was inside. I feel bad for the dog, but I also, I didn't pay a lot of attention because those two girls was with them, with the dogs. So that was the car.
I don't know if that was the car. Somebody called and gave us an anonymous tip about dogs in a car overnight. So I don't know. I can't really say anything else, but that's just to say that if you have tips or you see something, call. Let the police know. Let us know. If you see, and I get this very often, cars that have been on the street longer than they should be, or if you see a lot of garbage, or if you see illegal dumping, call us to let us know. We can't address it unless we see it. I mean, we can, but it's quicker if you let us know. So, that's it. Okay, so next up is, we have nothing on unfinished business. Under new business, we have the acceptance of the PY50 Community Development Block Grant in the amount of $222,668 for street repairs. You want to take that, Town Administrator?
Yes, this is this year's allocation of the Community Development Block Grant, also known as CDBG, through the county. We applied for street repairs, which is an eligible expense for various streets in town. And so this is just accepting that amount of money and accepting the grant and then also placing it in the budget, creating the revenue and expense lines in the budget. Yes. Is there a second?
Sorry, we do need to also create corresponding
Yes.
expense line items,
Correct.
right?
Sorry.
So do you want to add that to your motion? We need to accept the grant and we also need to create the corresponding expense line item.
Revenue and expense lines.
Her, my
Yep.
pronouns are she, her.
Any second.
Fanny Roque, second motion.
Okay, so I'd like to go ahead and open it up for discussion. Is there any discussion? Okay, I'd like to request a voice vote. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any abstains or oppositions? Okay, ayes have it. Next, on the new business is the police car update. Is it police car or police care? Both?
Police car because we care. It should say police car. As you may recall, we had one of our police vehicles involved in a traffic accident last month, and our insurance company has since totaled the vehicle. We have a couple options in replacing it. I like to run that past you, and this is kind of more of a consensus from the council, and just see which direction you'd like to go. With it being totaled, they will pay us something, no matter what we do. If we turn the car over to them, they'll pay us about $7,500. We could keep the vehicle and have it repaired. I've had an estimate that it would cost about $11,000 to get it repaired. So if we went that option, we'd have to take $5,000 or so out of unreserved funds to have it repaired. A caution with that is that estimate is based on kind of a just a looking at it estimate and not a deep dive into it to see what damage is underneath and all that. And they caution us that it could be more than that. We could buy a new vehicle. There's not a new vehicle purchase is not in the current budget. I've priced the new vehicles. They run the mid 40s, and you have to get lights and sirens and all that in it, which would take it up to about 58,000 is the estimate. Using the funds from the insurance company, we'd have to transfer about 50,000 out of unreserved funds. And a third option, one that I have not taken part of before and didn't know that really that it existed, is I've been in touch with Anne Arundel County. They have a policy of when they dispose of their used police vehicles, that they donate them to police departments that are in need of a vehicle. They do this upon request. They meet on it, and if the request is approved, then they usually do it in lots of 2 vehicles. I would suggest that we request from Anne Arundel County 2 vehicles. In speaking with them, they've in some preliminary discussions, they have a favorable, they think there would be a favorable response in our request. The vehicles that we would receive are probably about the same age as the one that was wrecked and the same mileage, but we would get 2 of them. And they come with lights and sirens, that kind of stuff still installed. We would have to transfer the radios. I would like to go that route and take the insurance funds of $7,500 and add that to our vehicle maintenance line. That will allow for some transfer of equipment, some repairs to get it through inspection, that kind of thing. But long story short, I think we'd get 2 vehicles out of this, should be of the same condition of the one that was lost, the one that we're losing, and we may be able to replace one of our older vehicles as a result.
May I ask a question? When you make a request, how long do you have to wait?
A couple weeks, they say.
That's it?
Yeah, they said a couple weeks, I should have approval on it. If it's not approved, it said preliminarily it was favorable. If for some reason it's not, I'll be coming back to the council with an update.
So what has been the impact of not having this vehicle, similar to, let's just say, not having 100% strength on patrol?
In this case, it has kind of coincided that we are not 100% in staffing or in vehicles, so it has had minimal impact, and that should continue for the next week. When we're up to full staff, it would have more of a negative impact.
Yeah, I think that the reason why I make that statement is I don't see why if Arundel County does not grant the vehicles as you are stating, I don't know that there is such an impact on the safety of our community that it would even be worth it replacing the vehicle. We've been without the vehicle for X amount of weeks. There has been minimum impact similar to staffing. I would just say consider that in spending $70,000 for a vehicle.
In addition to, it certainly give us another police vehicle or 2. Our code vehicle, for example, is, my math says 18 years old. And with this, we could dispose of that one and replace it with one of the older police vehicles, but it would certainly give us something else to work with.
So I'm certainly interested the most in option 3 for this. So I suppose just a question logistically, would the motion be to pursue option 3, or what exactly would we be making a motion for here? Or is this just looking for general
For me,
verbal
I'm
consent?
looking for a general consensus. If the town administrator or Mr. Baden would like something more formal, that's fine as well. But
I think consensus is fine because there's no budget impact regarding it.
then I don't think the motion is needed, but certainly I would, yeah, encourage us to pursue option 3 so that it doesn't have any impact on our own reserve funds.
Are you sure that a motion isn't needed? Don't we need like a motion whenever we get rid of town property? Oh, it's to pursue the option. Okay. Okay, okay.
I agree also to go with number 3.
I agree with option number 3.
I also agree. Should we make a motion? No?
I think it'll come back to us for a motion once we have more
Right.
definitive information from the program.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Okay, so next up on the agenda is the budget adjustment and transfer.
Yes, this is sorry, this is gonna be a little confusing. This is in relation to two Chesapeake Bay Trust grants that we've received over the past couple of years that were accepted and budgeted prior. But we need to make a transfer because it didn't come over into the new budget. So there's 2 motions that I need to make or have made. One is to first we have to budget. So a motion to budget $3,632 to the 43rd and 41st in Newark Design Grant and $44,248 to the 43rd in Newark Construction Grant.
I don't see that in our papers.
Correct. Yeah, we had to get the
So
numbers.
we have to memorize this to make the motion.
So yeah, this is just, again, this was in the budget last year.
No, I'm just saying to make a motion.
Yeah,
I
yeah. So
have-
you can just say as stated.
Okay, I make a motion to do a budget adjustment and transfer as stated by Greg Holcomb.
Councilmember Emirates, I'll second that motion.
You're just budgeting those amounts. The transfer will be separate. It's a different-
Okay, I'm sorry, correction. I make a motion for the budget adjustment.
Okay, so the transfer. Yeah.
Right,
Mine's-
so what we need to do is allocate revenue to the 2 grants for the monies that we have not collected yet. For grant number 1, that's $3,632. For grant number 2, it's $44,248. So those would be adjustments to our revenue accounts. And then we would also need to appropriate $80,450 to Chesapeake Bay Grant number 2 as an expenditure and adjust the fund balances as needed for the difference.
Okay, so I make a motion to allocate to the revenue to the 2 grants, one $3,632 and one $44,240. And then,
And appropriate expenditures of $80,450 to grant number 2 and adjust the fund balance for the difference.
You can just say as stated.
as stated. Second?
Is there a second?
Danny Roque, second motion. Second motion.
Okay, so any discussion on this?
Yeah, sorry. I just want to confirm here, Dan, we're allocating this budget of $44,000, but we need to then adjust the balance for it to 80?
Yes, because we recognize $36,202, which is the difference between those 2 numbers in last fiscal year. So that's why we're adjusting the fund balance for that amount, which is the
Oh, I
difference.
see.
Understood.
I get you.
Is there any other discussion?
That adds up.
Okay, so I would like to go ahead and call a voice vote. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, so the ayes have it. And then the last item is the November 5th work session meeting, which happens to be on Election Day.
Oh, my goodness.
So we need to change the date. So do we, what was it? Just don't have a meeting? Or we could just have one meeting. That's a good point. Would you all be in favor of having just one meeting? Or do you feel that we should have two separate ones?
I think we should move the date. Election day should be,
You can't do it.
oh,
So we literally can't do it on election day because this is a polling location.
okay,
So it has to be moved. I'm
okay.
gonna hate myself for saying this. I'm actually gonna request 2 meetings of the month because we're going to have, I need some approvals for expenditures for the grant funds that run out on November 29th. That the quotes are coming in like within the next week or so. So
When do you suggest we should have a meeting? Reschedule to when?
anytime that week's fine. You could do it the next day. The Wednesday's fine, or
All right, the
Thursday,
next day.
whatever works for you all. It's
I
just-
make a
it's-
motion to change the date of our next council meeting from our November 5th council meeting to November 6th at 7 PM.
So I can't make it on the 6th. So Wednesdays for me up until the 20th, I think, of November are bad. So I joined the Neighborhood Planning Academy, and that's when we meet from 6:30 to 8 PM. So
So-
for me, Wednesdays don't work.
Well, when is
We-
good for you?
We could do it on the we could do that Thursday, the 7th. My only concern is then, oh no, actually, no, it still gives you enough time. Okay, yeah, okay. So if we could do November 7th, that would be awesome. Do we need to make a motion or do,
Okay, I
we
make a
just-
motion to change our November 5th meeting date to November 7th at 7 PM.
Councilmember Emirates, I'll second that motion.
okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, aye. Go ahead.
So Monica, so that means that we are not going to the MML. So it's
Oh,
almost
yes.
like,
You're
so-
right.
Oh,
And
yes.
I cannot make it, I'm gonna be out, from the 18th to the 21st.
November 6th to 8th, you're right. I can't do, yeah. Oh, no, November 6th to 8th. How about the 11th, November 11th?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second, that's our big. Yeah, November 12th, November 12th.
Why don't we just do, I mean, this is, you're gonna hate me for this, but
I think 1 week later.
what
it's
about
on a
November
Tuesday.
1st? It's a Friday. Oh, you're not here? Or you don't want to do it? You don't?
The 1st or the 12th, which one is it?
Can we do Monday, the 4th?
No, can we do Monday the 4th? Yeah,
Monday?
I mean, actually, yes, but we won't be able to hold it here in this room because the voting machines will probably be delivered here the night before. Yeah, or the
Is it
outreach
a
room.
working meeting?
Yeah,
Conference room.
okay, so let's do November 4th in the outreach room.
November 4th, conference room, okay.
And this is gonna be a council meeting, council meeting?
That's a work session.
That's Monday. That's a working session, Monday, November 4th, 7 PM. Is that good for you, Fanny?
Yeah.
7 PM, right?
Oh, damn, that's bingo.
We good? Is it good? Make a motion. Go ahead, make a motion.
Do you think we could? No, yeah, no, okay. Yeah, November 4th.
Make a motion.
Are everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
November
Fanny's
4th.
gonna make the motion.
Okay,
Go ahead. I make a motion to move
I make a motion to move our meeting.
the date from November 5th to November 4th.
The date from November 5th to November 4th, right? That's what we do?
Yeah.
Yes, at 7 PM.
Okay, is there a second
Councilmember Emirates, I'll second that.
voice vote? Everyone who's in favor, say aye. Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Okay, so it's been moved. And that's it for our meeting. Once again, I just want to say thank you, TJ. I'm sad to hear of the news, but completely understand. And I just want to thank you all. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Fia, and we are adjourned. Oh, sorry. Ugh.
Councilmember Emirates, I'll make the motion to adjourn our meeting.
I second the motion. Allison Pages, Ward 2.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.